Hi, my name is Brenna, and I had a few questions about aerators. So, which aerator is best for wine? I couldn't really find it online, so I decided to try out a video. And so today we're going to test out the Vinturi, an Oster, and a no-name metal kind of contraption. I've used a few of them before, and I have to say, I like wine, so it's very subtle, the differences that they have. So I figured we'd try it out today on a 2007 Highland Cellars Syrah. This is actually a Finger Lakes wine, repping the New York. Whoop whoop. So first we'll kind of try it without any aeration, and we'll just kind of see what it's like. Just a little bit. It's a little messy. Lots of good flavors. Very, I don't mean to sound novice, but it's very grapey. It smells kind of like Welch's with a little bit of black currant, a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of leather, some red pepper. It's nice. Alright. It doesn't need to be aerated too much. It just needs a little bit to kind of pick it up a notch. So it's a little tight. You definitely get a lot of the blackberry, a lot of the leather, a lot of the currant underneath. So let's first try with the no name, the silver kind of funnel type. So it has little holes in the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see that close, but it'll kind of fan out and become kind of like octopus legs. So you pour it inside. It has a nice little strainer, catch all the sediment and yucks you don't want to drink. Just kind of just put it in like that. It's nice, it can balance by itself, makes pouring very easy. You can see it kind of fans out, does its thing. It's a little slow to drain. It's kind of messy. Not something I would really want people to use on their own if I was having a party. It's on the table, it's everywhere. Clean that up later. So, opened up a little bit, not too much. You can taste a little bit of a difference. On a scale of 1 to completely aerated and blown open, I would say it's probably a 2. Hasn't changed too much, but it's a good drinking wine on its own, so it doesn't need a ton of aeration, but this doesn't really do much. So, to talk about the next one a little bit, this one is the Oster brand, O-S-T-E-R. This one actually came with a stand, which is nice, but as you can see, it kind of fits over it by itself. Kind of wobble proof. That's a nice plus. It does have the air holes in the side, a nice wide rim, so if you're pouring, you can't really mess it up. Like I said, it's a nice aerating tool. So let's see what this one does. Makes a very weird sound. But you get lots of bubbles in the glass. Definitely a sign of aeration. It doesn't have a strainer like the other one does. So if you're trying to aerate the bottom of a bottle, a really old bottle, just be careful about the sediments getting in there, because it does have a straight pipeline. Although it does have a wide base and some separators, so you might catch some of the sediment, but obviously not as much as you're going to get with a funnel. This one's a little messy too, but that's what happens. Wine is clingy, I guess. Quick cleansing, a little stir. So this one definitely opened it up. Oh yeah, that's good. This one is about, on a scale of 1 to completely blown open, 0 to 10, I would probably give it a 5. It's nice, nicely aerated. You're still getting all of the flavors, but it's definitely opened up. The tannin softened a little bit. You still get the nice balance of acidity. It still has a lot of good flavor. It didn't take away the flavor. but it's nicely open. I would recommend this one so far over the other one, just because, A, it's a little less messy. That's always nice. And it was really easy to pour into. Alright, now for the Vinturi. This is really the label that gets everyone. You see commercials all the time, they're on Groupon, they're everywhere. Vinturi. They're a little expensive, they're about $30 if you get them on a good day. They have a little spout, but they do come with a nice strainer, so you can just put that in there. It does have the air holes on the side, so you have to be careful not to hold those, but they give you a nice gripping just in case you're moving and you have to try really hard to grip. But it is a small top, so I will try not to get too messy. And it makes quite a sucking noise, which I guess is the aeration at work. This one does come with a nice table stand, so that makes it a little easier. No mess. I like it. So this one is a little less aerated than the last one. I would say that this is probably a 3 or a 4 on the aeration level. You still get a lot of the tannins in there. You still have a lot of the spice. It's still good, but if you're looking for something that's not going to completely blow open a wine, I might try the Vinturi. If it's an older wine or it's one that you recently bought in the store, a cheaper wine that's made for drinking now and you're not going to age it, I would probably say try the Vinturi. It gives it a nice kind of movement and it opens it up a little bit without opening it up too wide. I would be afraid with the Oster that it would kind of ruin a wine if given the opportunity. If you need to kind of vent twice, I would always say that might be a better option, or decant it before using an aerator so that you might have less of a risk. But I would definitely say the Oster might be too heavy of an aeration for some wines, so you definitely have to be careful of that. Whereas the Vinturi, it does a little less aeration, but you can always aerate twice. The metal funnel with the nice strainer, very messy, and it didn't really do too much, so I would be afraid of wasting your money on that one. That's all I have for today. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will put the names of all of them and links to where you can buy the nice aerators at the bottom of this post. So, have a good night!